Hi, I'm Judge Penny Wolfgang. On this Memorial Day weekend, find out how an Eagle Scout hero saved a life. Meet local musicians performing for a cause with a new music video and celebrating being forever young at a special expo right here, right now on The Big Picture. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program as we remember the brave men and women who gave their life for our country this Memorial Day weekend. We also recognize veterans and their families who served our country. Recently, hospitality icon and philanthropist Russell J. Salvatore recognized an Eagle Scout who stepped up to save a life.
Friends, we're here today to recognize Joseph Trusiak. Joseph is 18 years old. I've had the opportunity to meet him this morning. A former member of Troop 468 in Lancaster, where he earned his Eagle Scout rank last year. He is currently finishing his freshman year at Herbert College. I think you said you just finished up, right? Great. Where he's pursuing a degree in forensics. On February 4th, 2024, when he was 17 years old, Joseph was working as a busboy here at Russell Steakhouse when one of the diners, Herbert Hales, who's over here to my left, who's with us, began to choke on his meal. When Mr. Hales' wife began calling for help, Joseph quickly responded. After assessing the situation, he applied his first aid knowledge and delivered the Heimlich maneuver to Mr. Hales, dislodging a piece of food and saving his life.
Gary, I know what an important day this is, but scouting is so important altogether. Tell us a little bit about this day and about scouting.
Yeah, this is a special day for scouting in our community as we celebrate the heroism, the heroic act that Joseph Trusiak did to save a life. But Joseph, just one example of the more than 5,500 young people here in Western New York and the Twin Tiers and what they do every day to make a difference in our communities. For more than 115 years, the scouting program has helped change lives and prepare people for the world. Anyone that is interested can go to one of a couple websites, beascout.org, to find a unit in their area based upon zip code, or they can go to our own website, which is gfcscouting.org, and find information. We'd love to have more kids and families involved in our program.
And I know that we have the I'm going to mess up your title, the board chair, and I know how you've been telling me how active you have been and your whole family in scouting for so many years.
Yeah, scouting is just a great program for young people, and this is an example of it, where Joseph has learned skills that have really impacted people for good. So I'm very proud to be part of this, and I'm proud of Joseph today that he represents our council.
Now we get to talk to the hero of the day. We want to ask you, whatever prompted you or made you save this gentleman's life?
Well, I just saw that he needed help, and I helped him, you know.
Well, it's not as simple as that. A lot of people wouldn't have done that. I think it has to do with your background in scouting, right?
Yeah, it does. I think so, yeah.
Tell us about it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, whenever we're in scouts, we always, you know, have to help people every single time. You know, it's part of our code. You know, we got to help people, do a good deed daily. You know, so that's, yeah.
And how did you learn the skills that you use?
I actually learned it on the Klondike run. We had to do a time test for Heimlich maneuvers, so we did Heimlichs, and I guess I did them good enough to save him.
Was it different doing it on a real person than when you learned?
Yeah, a lot more stressful.
Thank God he knew how to do it. I wouldn't be here.
Tell us what happened.
I didn't cut my steak up small enough. I had filet mignon, and I put too big of a chunk in my mouth, and I started choking, and I couldn't breathe. And my wife started screaming, and he came up and gave me the Heimlich, saved my life, and that's the reason I'm here today.
And it's nothing to do with Russell's perfect steaks. It's the way you cut it up, right?
Right. That's right. The way I cut it up, I didn't cut it up small enough.
This will be a lesson for everybody, right?
Right.
When you're at Russell's, cut the steak up, small pieces. Russell, how does it feel to know that somebody that works with you, a young man, saved the life of one of your customers right here in the restaurant?
You know, I feel so proud of it, Judge, but I've been very, very fortunate. You know, the Lord bless me. This young man, remember when they destroyed my park? You know, he come to see me, and he says, Mr. Salvatore, I'd like to come and straighten out your park. And he had long hair. And I looked at him, I says, let me tell you, young man, you go get a haircut and cut your hair. I'll give you a job, and as a young boy, you'll make more money than anything in the world. He cut his hair. I hired him as a busboy, and look how fortunate I am. He saved one of our customers. He's a great, great-looking kid. Look at him. No earrings, no two tails, no nothing. And I said, you want to get killed, put an earring in your eyes or your nose, and then I'll kill you. Look at him. Good-looking boy, isn't he?
Was it life-changing when you got to meet Russell?
Yeah, I mean, I heard of him, but I never seen him before until that day. So it was really cool to meet him, you know.
Well, he changed your life, right?
Yeah, he did. He gave me a really good job, and you know, I've met a lot of nice people from here, and yeah.
And you were glad you took his advice?
Oh yeah, I am glad I took his advice. You know, stay on the straight and narrow.
Thanks.
Proud day for you. What is it? What are you feeling?
Well, I just feel tremendously proud of, obviously, Joseph and his quick thinking, but also I feel great for Scouts. Scouts is such a great opportunity for young men and now young women to be self-sufficient, to learn to have fun together and bond. And all the weekends that we shared in the weeks at Boy Scout camp, just lots of fun, like Joey said.
And as a mom, how do you feel?
I haven't stopped smiling. You know, last night I was smiling. This morning I woke up. I'm very proud of Joey, and it doesn't surprise me. He's always there to help people. And when he came home that night, you know, I'm saying, oh my God, you really saved somebody's life. And it was just like another thing to him. He is just so humble. And I hear, when I spoke with Mark, the manager here, after he saved his life and the crowd clapped, he went on to work.
And it was almost a secondary thought. He came home, and it wasn't the first thing he talked about. It was like an oh, by the way moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just the type of young man he is.
Very much.
How about Russell telling him to cut his hair? What was that like that day?
If I could have qualified that one statement for Mr. Salvatore, he may have had long hair. He never had hair down to there, okay? But he did get his hair cut. But other than that, thanks to Mr. Salvatore for his comments.
Okay, the Medal of Merit is awarded to youth members who have performed an outstanding act of service of a rare or exceptional character that reflects an uncommon degree of concern for the well-being of others. Joseph, your actions on February 4th, 2024 earn you this award, which we now present to you. Congratulations.
What an amazing story. If you'd like to know more about scouting programs for the young members in your family, go to this website, scouting.org. We'll be right back.